tracing the drawing that an animator would do, would draw. You would take it and put a piece of celluloid on it, and it was either a brush line, following it exactly, or a pen line, and then you'd reverse, after you did one scene, then you reverse it and you'd paint it. So it was, if they handed you so much in the morning, if you didn't have that much done by the time you're going home, they would know it should take this long, you know, by how many other people are doing it. And this was like a real drudgery, but it was exciting in a way because I was working, you know, with a pen and a brush, whatever, painting. But meanwhile, all the girls are talking, and you can't get into any conversation, or you'll make a mistake, and there's somebody to check it. After you do it, they got to make sure it's what it was, because if they run the film and it's off.
So this panel that you made would then be photographed to become one frame in a cartoon movie?
Yeah, but you would do maybe 30 or 40 a day.
Frames a day?
Yeah.
And at 25 frames a second, that was about a second of the movie?
Yeah, so,
in a day's
but they
work.
there must have been 25 girls there. You know, maybe a few guys, but mostly girls. And then there was always calls coming in. Other studios wanted animation freelancers at night, and they would give you that look like you're going to work over there. You better be here in the morning. You know, but the money was twice or three times what you would be making there. It was very, very nothing, and you had to be in the union. I was never in a union, and I remember the guy said, "Yeah, you want to work here? That's the only way you're going to work here. You have to be in the union."
And the interesting thing was that you never turned down any work. You know, the opportunity to make money was such a, strong incentive to. And you were also honored that somebody wanted you to do something for their particular studio.
Yeah, my goal was to work at...
You were a name, and you get Carol Favata, you know.
At a TV studio.
Well, you weren't Carol Favata then, you were Carol Ricker.
If I could work
The reason I married her was because she was such a great anchor, and I was doing my own commercials, so I married her so that she could do all of these inking, and so she made it possible for me to do the commercial. If I didn't have her...
He had a studio.
Oh, no.
When the studio people...
Carol used to work really. During the day, she was a mother. She took care of the kids. When they were all safely tucked away in bed, and I had all these commercials to do, she'd be there inking and painting, and all of the results of her work were all over the floor in my studio. You know, all the cells that she would grind, and you'd have to walk very carefully, gingerly between, and you're walking on scene 2, take care, you know. But she was very instrumental.
Well, they were ripping him off. I mean,
I wouldn't have been the success.
I knew that they could take whatever he had to do be done.
It was just impossible to do.
And I said, bring it home. I'll do it. I did it.
Okay, so when you first went to work at the same studio that Ray was at,
yeah,
it was not this dungeon drudgery.
No, this was, I was asking around, who was hiring, and this academy was hiring some people, and someone I had gone to school with, who was working at Terry Tunes up in New Rochelle. She said, well, you can come. I said, I can't. From Long Island, that's impossible to get to New Rochelle. I mean, I didn't drive. So she said, well, there's so many places in the city. You got to bring your portfolio down. And you got to. So that's what I did. I got a job in one of the was Famous Studios was the name of it, Famous. And that was the start to then go to these other places, but you couldn't get to the other places unless you were apprenticed someplace. It had to be the rule, the law. You had to work. And some friends that she knew, Irene, were working at Academy, and I went to lunch with them. And she said, yeah, bring your stuff and see. And I got, without much attention, because they had known I didn't have to bring a portfolio like I did with Famous.
Yeah.
They just knew, yeah, you can start here, you start. And that was the friend Geordie and Judy and
And that's
whatever.
how I met Carol.
And they knew him, but I had asked, well, I was like 21, 22, is there any guys there, you know? Because Famous was mostly either old men or young girls. You know, all the old men were who was Monty Towers, who was the guys at Famous?
Mark.
They used to be at
He was Father of the Year in New Rochelle.
So, that was
And here I was, and you were thinking in those terms?
and who I sat,
Raw meat, Ray.
Boy, oh boy,
Yeah.
I mean,
and you were an art director for some of the, yes, so, okay. But everybody told me that was a mistake.
I was an available
Don't have your
bachelor.
plans, because he's been with everybody in place, right? So it's just a losing battle. I said, all right, well, I'll see where it goes.